Support for 100 Watts and a Wire is brought to you by 100wattsandawire.com. To subscribe to the show, simply click the RSS feed. While you're there, apply for your free 100 Watts ID and learn how you can help make 100 Watts and a Wire listener supported. Click the donate page and pick the option that works best for you. We've got a traveling toolkit, 100 Watts and a Wire gear, and more. That's 100wattsandawire.com. And Power Film Solar. Power Film manufactures durable, lightweight, rollable, and foldable solar panels that will take your ham radio setup to the next level, making it more portable than ever before. Visit powerfilmsolar.com for more information. And LDG. LDG leads the industry in customer service. Every LDG product comes with a 2-year parts and labor warranty, and it's fully transferable. If you ever sell or give away your LDG tuner, the remainder of the warranty goes with it. For more information, visit ldgelectronics.com.
And now, from Grid Square Echo Mike 48, this is 100 Watts and a Wire.
Well, welcome to 100 Watts and a Wire. I'm Christian K0STH on another walk and talk. And part of it helps me because I'm out here taking a look at things. Right now I'm looking at the hex beam, and from here it looks like it's way up in the sky. I'm just going downhill in more ways than one. But this week I'm also testing this microphone. A couple friends and colleagues from Amateur Radio Newsline, Paul Brown and Ed Durant, both wrote to me after I posted the last show and said, "See, child, put the GD phone in airplane mode and see if that helps." Apparently, and I don't know how all this cellular works, my phone would make these noises. Oh, a huge deer just ran away from me. Listen. I got a big buck living in the woods. And I don't hunt for them. I'm not hunting for those. I think they're beautiful. I'm more of a fisherman myself. But Ed and Paul said, "Look, man, put the thing in airplane mode, because as you're roaming around, it's looking for a cell tower to connect to my phone. So as I'm moving through the thicket and looking at a buck run away, this thing's trying to find, a good spot to connect." Anyway, I don't know how it works. And then it just did that, and it makes me mental in recordings, because recordings shouldn't be, Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Hey, man, Hurricane Florence, or Flo, she did some damage, no doubt about it. She did come through and do some damage, and people lost their lives to a lot of water at one time. Good grief, what is falling out of the trees? That's not acorns, that's a squirrel. Are you throwing something at me? Oh, let me come up there. I will come and get that ass. Look, you don't even pay money. I'm glad you dropped them. I hope you had a big basket full under your arm and dropped all your acorns. See, people should have other people around them to talk to. If you live out in the woods, and if you're Polish, people start to be thinking, "Hey, he's kind of like the Unabomber, talking to the animals." Yeah, I talked to him. So what? So Hurricane Florence comes, makes landfall, slows down quite a bit, but boy, did she bring a lot of rain, a lot of water, and people did lose their lives. And it's no joke. I mean, I'm glad it slowed down. I'm glad it was not as bad as it was expected to be. Now, you wouldn't know this from that, the dude on the Weather Channel. Did you see that guy? Man, he's out there doing something. Like he's getting blown away, and a couple old normal people just walk behind him like it's nothing. Like they're going to buy a pack of smokes over at the Quickie Market. Look like a damn fool out there. So look, Weather Channel, You need to sign that, brother. I don't know what he's doing or why he would even think that. Have you guys seen the video? Look up the video of the weatherman from the Weather Channel. That's the thing that gets me, is the actual Weather Channel. And the dude was lying, man. He wasn't getting blown around like that. Now, you either make an example out of him or, you put him somewhere where he really needs to. I don't know, man. It's hard to believe things on TV anymore. All right, out here walking around the property and just going through a list of things that I wanted to touch base on this week, and hopefully our audio holds up as we go through. Speaking of weather, that typhoon in the Philippines, have you seen that one? Maybe that dude needs to go there. Don't fake it, dude. Get up there and work, man. People really having trouble. In Hong Kong, in the Philippines, a typhoon. Seriously. Now, they're just saying at the moment they know of 25 people that are dead, but they can't even get to checking it out, really. Kind of like Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, in the early going, right away there's some people because you can count them, see them, pull them out of where they were and know that they've passed. Well, as time goes by, it adds up. So that's what they'll be doing in the Philippines as that storm is really pounding hardcore. And I think the winds, I think I had it written down, but I wanted to say, 100 and... I better not even quote it. Hey, let me tell you about the pawpaws. Many people didn't know. I took pictures of the pawpaw cake over the weekend. I put it up on the Facebook page. If you're listening and you do social media, don't forget we have a very active social media presence on Facebook. We have a Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I don't post a ton of stuff on Instagram, but, we have it. Anyway, I took pictures of... I'm going back up a hill, so bear with my breathing. And acorns are just falling out of these oak trees like crazy. I don't know if you can hear them, but they're dropping down unless they're bombing me. GD squirrels. I see you, squirrel. If I catch you around my apples, you know what happens. Squirrel pie. Okay. Lost the train of thought. What was I talking about? Storms, Philippines, pawpaws. Yes, pawpaws. Pawpaws take a lot of work. They've got a lot of seeds inside. And big seeds, too. Taste-wise, it's sort of like a tropical banana, in a way. It's sort of our version of a banana. But here, in the Midwest, they grow wild. At least on my property. They've grown wild. And they'll fall out of the trees. And you basically need to be there to catch them, because if you don't, standing right next to you is a raccoon or a deer waiting. And we're heading toward 80 meters and 160. And maybe that big buck. Let's see. But it takes a lot of work to clean up the pawpaws, get all the pulp outside, and get rid of the seeds. I'm going to send the seeds to my brother. He wants to plant them on his homestead. But the cake I find delicious. Sadly, my girls don't like it. My girls are not into it. Any of them, my big girl, my two little ones, they're not into the pawpaw cake the way I am. So I guess I won't plant any more of the seeds. Got enough anyway. I am messing around with some pine. I'm trying to get some pine seeds and start some pine trees. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I should take a break here and come back and tell you a little bit about the fallout. I'm trying to see that buck. One more time. One more time. Where are you, baby? Let me see you. Let me see you. It is actually archery season for turkeys and damn bugs and deer. So Anyway, take a break. We'll come back and we'll talk about the fallout next.
Negative copy on the Alpha Hotel. This is 100 watts and a wire.
The competitive edge you've been looking for is here with the IC7851. Raise the bar and hear what others cannot with this flagship HF transceiver. It has reciprocal mixing dynamic range, crystal clear LO design, a spectrum scope, dual receivers, and a digital voice recorder, plus the IC7610, the SDR every ham wants. And just in time for contesting season, this high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out the faintest of signals, even in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. The new ICOM 7610 is a direct sampling software-defined radio that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. And let's not forget the IC 7300, changing the way entry-level HF is designed. This high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design will far exceed your expectations. To learn more about all of ICOM's HF radios, visit icomamerica.com/amateur.
Kilo Zero, Stairway to Heaven, returning.
All right, welcome back. It's Christian. You hear me blowing like that because there's bugs zooming by. I've got coffee in one hand and the microphone and the phone in the other as we kind of walk on through. And taking a quick look at 160, everything's still doing fine. And I got to tell you, this weekend I put 160 on the radio and sounded great. The bands actually sounded better to me. I know it depends. It just depends on what time of day you're talking about and what band. But I caught 160 early in the morning, I think Saturday, and it was nice, man. It was nice. Heard some fellas talking. I don't know where they were, but I listened to them for a while. I want to talk to you about the 100 watts and a wire fallout. Mark your calendars, friends. October 12th through the 14th. Now, this technically means at 7 o'clock Central on Thursday. On Thursday. Leading into the 12th through the 14th, that weekend. Yeah, so 7 o'clock Central Time, actually UTC is Friday, right? So you can start calling 100 watts and a wire fallout on that day, 7 o'clock. And I plan to do that as well. And you can go all the way until Sunday afternoon, until just 1 minute before 7. This is easy to do because Sunday at 7 o'clock Central Time, we start our net. So you know when we start the net at 7 o'clock, the fallout's over. And go to 100wattsandawire.com, click on the Activity Days page, and submit your totals. You'll be entered in for a random drawing. And when you say, what's that? Yeah, it's not a contest. It is it's an activity. So that means that we don't have to, turn in our logs and that sort of stuff. We're just going to have an activities. It's sort of, somebody's getting a little work done across the way. Well, tree work, man. I'm telling you, storms come through and knock a lot down. There's some work I need to do here. It's not super imperative that I do it right now. So it's not happening right now. It's deeper in the woods and it's not affecting anything. And when the weather breaks here in the next couple of weeks, we'll be dealing more with wood. So the fallout is not a competition. It's not a contest. But if you keep track of your statistics, stations worked, 100 watt IDs, what DX you worked. I'm curious to see what DX stations that you worked. Well, then you can submit that stuff, and when you do, you're entered to win prizes. Let's talk about the prizes a little bit because I think it's the best one yet. I believe it's our third fallout, and we do this in October, hence the fall, but to also try to get outside. You don't have to. It's not mandatory, but it's encouraged. If you can get out, you have a station, cool. Get out there and exercise it. Put out that antenna you've been working on, and let's hear it. Let's work each other. You know that there's going to be other 100 watts and a wire stations out there. You can work from the comfort of your own shack. Say it's still warm where you are. Hot even. I'll stay in the air conditioner. get out in your mobile. Whatever. Just get on the air, have a good time. Check out some of the prizes. You know LDG tuners? They also make onions and ballons. They're going to donate a 4-to-1 onion and a 4-to-1 voltage ballon. So that's interesting. That's 2 prizes right there. That's interesting. I never knew they were in that game. But I'm curious myself, you know? Say you need to do an NFED. Say you've got some spatial issues. You know? You can actually connect up an onion and sort of end feed it and go from there. I didn't know that. We'll give away an onion and a voltage ballon from LDG. Also, Chameleon antennas. They're going to give away the Cha MCOM 3 portable antenna. Yeah, that's a good one, man. That's another, again, very portable. Ouch! Sorry, just spilled a little coffee on myself trying to swat a bug. It's okay. I'm just angry, not at the burning flesh. More so the spilled coffee. Damn bugs. So we're also giving away, MFJ is back on board with us. MFJ is going to give away the big stick and the tripod. Skin is now red, very red now, and sad. Red and sad. MFJ is giving away the MFJ 2286, the big stick antenna, and the tripod, which is the MFJ 1918EX. So if you're curious about that, I'm going to make those a package. So one winner will win both of those. Also, Radio Waves is going to give away a 40-meter double bazooka antenna. Emmett M. Rochelle at Radio Waves, American family business. And I use their double bazookas. I'm a little addicted. Look back into last week, into those antennas. Or my conversation about that with you. Bioenno is going to give away a 20 amp hour battery and charger, which someone asked me, what am I using when I get out and I go portable? You know, it depends. It depends on the situation, but I like the 20 amp hour battery and I like the 40 amp hour battery from Bioenno. And depending on what you want to run, or if you've got some sort of solar panel to charge it off, how long you're going to be out there, how much transmitting you'll do as opposed to how much listening. You know, the 20 and the 40, they do me, man. They do me right. We're going to give one away in the charger. Bioenno is going to also give away something new called the BSP foldable panel. This is something you can kind of put on your backpack, go hiking, maybe charge up your cell phone, maybe charge up your computer. So they're going to be giving that away. I'm going to break that up and give away 2 Bioenno Power prizes. Also, PowerFilm Solar, they've been with us for 2 years now. Hard to believe, PowerFilm Solar. They make incredible gear. Another American company. I mean, it's like military-tested, American-made products. They're going to give away a 30-watt foldable, 30-watt foldable. I'm doing this all from memory, folks. And they'll give away the Anderson power poles for the hams. You know, we like to do our power poles. So you get a 40-watt foldable panel, and it'll come with the connections, the Anderson power poles that we all love. They're also going to, listen to this, PowerFilm Solar is like, you know, look, and the people that don't win, beginning on October 14th, right? Or maybe Monday the 15th when they get into the office, you'll get a 10% discount on everything for the rest of the month. So if you didn't win, you got a chance to get a discount on their product line just for knowing about 100 watts in a wire. So members of our community, everyone can go to PowerFilm Solar and get themselves a cool discount. 10%. That's good business. All right. Let's see. I think I got to take another break. We'll come back. Sorry, man. This is like, you've heard of This American Life. This should just be like This Country Life. Cobwebs and bugs in your teeth, spilled coffee. An update on the wrist. Angry. Just angry. And everything else about me is saying, dude, you spilled coffee. Come on, man. It's just bad coffee management. We'll take one last break. We'll come back and talk a couple bits and some stories I wanted to touch on. We'll do that next.
QRO to the people. This is 100 watts and a wire.
Ever wish you could take your setup anywhere and not have to worry about power? PowerFilm can help. Specializing in lightweight, easy-to-deploy solar panels, you'll be transmitting from almost anywhere in minutes. Offering foldable panels from 5 to 220 watts, PowerFilm is sure to have an ideal solution for you. You don't have to lug around that heavy and awkward crystalline panel again. Lighten your load and make remote setups easier. You worry about making contacts, leave the portable power to PowerFilm. To learn more, visit powerfilmsolar.com or reach out on Facebook or Twitter.
Sweeping the spectrum. This is 100 watts and a wire.
All right, the last ham radio store in Minnesota is closing. After 26 years, I want to thank Dan and Malene Fish. 36 years of serving the ham radio community. You're talking about brick and mortar, guys. It's a deeper discussion that, we could have, but what happened was, and it's the same for Hamfest. The internet, and I'm not saying, after 36 years, the Fish family is probably ready to retire, and hopefully they'll be able to do a lot more radio, get on the air, and enjoy the hobby they've been supporting for 36 years. That said, part of the major competition for all brick and mortar type stores and Hamfest themselves is the internet, this convenience thing where you order something today. You can order something now, Saturday or Sunday or any other day, and in like 2 or 3 days you'll have it. You can also check the prices around the world, and have it then shipped to you, shipped to your door. It's a beautiful thing, but it's also created a struggle for these companies that are trying to do the brick and mortar shops. We don't have Radio Shack anymore. I remember my father, who I've talked about extensively ever since I was an 8-year-old boy. Radio Shack, he'd go to Radio Shack and buy any of the radio supplies he needed. He was big into CBs. He was a CB guy. And it planted a seed in me. So, again, of course, I never looked my nose down or down my nose, or however that phrase goes, about CB operators. I wish we all worked with a little bit more integrity. And, there's bad on both sides. The ham side's got its problems, and so does CB. But radio's radio to me, and I don't look down my nose. See, I can't get that saying. Can't even say it, let alone do it. But anyway, the brick and mortar shops, they just can't compete, man. Some of them can. There's still HRO and maybe a couple others. I don't know. There's Gateway Electronics, I believe, in St. Louis. I've never been there, but I hear they sell stuff. And for me, I'll look online and see what I need. I'll see how much it costs, and I'll see when I can get it here. And I'll plan my projects around its arrival and the cost and my budget. And I don't have to ride 40 minutes down to the city. It's a trade-off, man. It's kind of evolution of our hobby. People ask me a lot, what are we going to do to save it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's going to die. Let's look around. Look around you. I talked about the Philippines. We talked about the hurricanes. For me, and not publications aren't asking me, what do you think? Or maybe you'd see it. You've got to listen to this show to kind of figure out what my positions are and where I stand on some of the things related to our hobby and life in general. Emergency communications, to me, is the future of our hobby. Look at the weather. Look at everything that's happening around the world. All right? Yeah, we got crazy people all over the place, but that, that probably hasn't changed that much. Much. We got crazy people. We've got crazy weather. We've got, natural disasters and disaster communications, emergency communications. To me, those who want to help and be of service, well, I think that is an avenue and an attractive point to our hobby. Now, the evolution of stores and storefronts cropping up, and the internet coming along and making things that much easier, making competition, making all that happen, it has had an effect. But that's kind of how things go, man. That's how it goes. It's the evolution of business. I wouldn't just blame the hobby. Ask HRO, what are your sales numbers? They won't tell you. Ask DX Engineering, what are your sales numbers? What are you doing every year? Ask the big radio companies. That's really, that's the proof in the pudding. I got to tell you, as a newer ham, I'm still buying stuff. I don't have everything I need. I won't always, be able to get what I need. It's going to wait. It's going to have to be budgeted for. Priorities are always your family. I'm not short on needs. I'm going to need it. So I think there will be a need for things like coax and, of course, radios and antennas and connectors. Always, I think. The main selling point of the hobby could be disaster, natural disasters, things that are happening with the weather, things that are happening around the world. But thank you, Dan. Thank you, Marlene Fish. Enjoy your retirement. I'll leave you with a little thought here. Two quick little points. What is it? AFCOM in the UK, right? They did put a study out earlier in the year, completely wrong, of the hams that are licensed in the UK, very low numbers. They just put out a new one. And of course, it's difficult because they have upwards of 1,000 people, less, maybe 900 and change die each year. So the number is now, licensed hams in the UK, 75,660. That's a pretty good number. I wonder how many are active and how many drop off. I think these numbers will fluctuate. And we boast that over 700,000 amateurs in America are licensed. We have over 1 million in Japan. Who's active? Another thing they should look into and how that number is affected. We talked about CBers and me not being mad at them. I'm not mad at them, but one of the things they need to look at is the guys who are doing CB radio and pushing out like 400 watts of power. These guys are running big power. Why would they get licensed on the amateur radio side if they can just jack and put an amp, give 400 watts that way? You see what I'm saying? If you can get a CB radio to push power out of it here or in the UK or Japan, and they're doing that, and maybe they're not interfering. Maybe they're not causing interference, so the complaints aren't many. But this is happening, and this definitely would have a role. This would definitely have a role in licensing, both in our country and others. Again, the impact that CB radio operators who are running illegally, it's illegal, illegally running upwards, running these amps, running crazy amounts of power, and there's really no regulation. There's nobody coming after them. Why would you get licensed as a ham radio operator? Okay, think about that. It's a thing. It's a thing. Nobody talks about it. Why? Why isn't anybody talking about it? So I'm putting it out there right now. I am not anti-CB radio. I told you that twice already today, and as we've been going years together, I don't look differently at these people as operators. They run CB, whatever. But when they run power, that's a different thing, right? Some of the benefits of becoming an amateur radio operator is that you get licensed. Yeah, sure, you are supposed to work with some integrity and, honesty and run, with respect. Doesn't always happen. But if a CB radio operator can run crazy wattage, crazy power as a CB operator, and it's not really regulated or talked about, don't you think that's affecting the hobby in terms of who's getting licensed and why? I would think so in the UK. They run power over their own CB too. It's something to be looked at, I would believe. Maybe the new the programs that replace the OOs, the official observer program. Maybe they'll look into it. I don't know. It's just a thing, man. When you talk about numbers, it's worth looking at it. Oh, and I read an article today. FEMA is going to be testing a national alert system that would enable President Trump to send text to people. Like presidential alerts during national emergencies. This is going to take place at 2:18 p.m. this coming Thursday. Now, if you get a text from President Trump about a national emergency, you're supposed to disregard it. No action is required. Oh, guys. First of all, I've had enough of politics. And I don't need President Trump sending me text. I just don't. There's probably something better he could be doing with his time than flipping text messages in times of emergency. How much money are they putting into this program? Please, come on now. Come on now. Please don't send me any text messages, President. Oh, I gotta go. I think I'm exhausted by the thought of this. It doesn't make much sense. I can't see it being cost effective. People get alerts all the time. Where they get them, you can get things sent to your phone, pinging up weather. Yeah, we got the fake weatherman acting like he's getting blown away in the Wizard of Oz. But there are other ways and other methods, and let other people do that job. Please don't send me text, Donald Trump. Let that man go and do something. Let him go work on something. Take that phone away. Oh, Lord. All right, guys, I hope the recording held up as I went out into the woods. We've got a little bit of business going on out here. Still warm in Missouri. Next week, I'm going to be building a door. I got to build a couple of things for the greenhouse. Start to winterize around here. And it's still just a little too hot to swing an axe. So we'll see how things go this week. I hope things break a little bit more for us in terms of weather and temperature. All right, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And by all means, if you can, please mark it on your calendar. The 100 watts in a wire fallout. October 12th through the 14th. Get your portable rigs ready. Vroom, vroom. Get it in the sound effects. Add it. Vroom, vroom, or psh. I don't know. I didn't plan all this out. And by all means, if you can, please try and stay above the noise.
To join the 100 Watts in a Wire community, visit 100wattsindawire.com.